Hey guys, it's me, Coco 010307, and I said that I wanted to start a garden, a fruit and vegetable garden, because it's so much in the stuff that you buy at the stores that uh, I don't know. It's just weird eating it sometimes with all the things that they say they put in these fruits and vegetables, even in your meat, just to get them to grow quickly and so they can produce more. So I said once I had my own yard, I would start a fruit and vegetable garden, and I would grow my own stuff for my family. And I started it. I'm gonna get up and take you guys over there and show you what I'm growing so far. But we, well, I went to, what's the name of that store? Target. And they had like the one spot. Um, I had bought these little things, like three little flower starters, well, fruit and vegetable starters. I bought tomatoes, and I'm not even a big tomato fan, but I bought tomatoes, I bought bell peppers, and I bought strawberries. So I planted them a couple of days after we moved in. So they've been I planted them about maybe a week and a half ago, if that. And look what's going on so far. These are my tomatoes. Already sprouting up. They're coming along like quick. These are my strawberries. Now, okay. Yeah. You can't really see them probably, but well, yeah, you can see them a little. It's like three little specks, but they're sprouting up. They're coming along slow. Hmm. Yeah. And here are my bell peppers. See? They're coming along. And like, I don't know. I think what happened was I put two, I don't want to pull it, but the pack said to plant half a pack and then come back and use the rest of it for later. But, I wasn't really even expecting these things to grow. So I just planted all of them, put all the seeds in there. And I think that, like, right here, you see a piece of the seed, like, attached to the leaf where it's kind of growing in. I don't know. Maybe that'll fall off. Maybe it won't. We'll just see how that works out. But I'm so excited because they're coming along. And I, like, looked online about how to, transform when it's time for them to come out these little things. I started out with my tomatoes since they're coming along quick. And for the most part, it says once they start growing their second set of leaves, like right below, then I could put them in different things. I don't know what I'm going to put them in right now because where we live is still a developing community. So there's really just a lot of red dirt around. There's not like any good soil. So I think I'm going to look into what's good potting soil or growing soil or whatever, and maybe just go buy some really big buckets, like really, really big ones, or a big wagon or something, and grow it in there for now. But it's looking like the bell peppers and the tomatoes will definitely be making an appearance, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm not even a big fan of tomatoes, but I'm trying to be. I'm trying to just enjoy all kind of fruit and vegetables, and stop having a baby tongue. You know how when you like a kid, you don't want to try stuff. I'm trying to be an adult and try stuff and eat stuff. So, yep, that's what's going on with that. And was there anything else? And I definitely think I want to grow peppers just because, and I'm not even big on spicy foods, but peppers is like a traditional garden thing that you grow, a garden vegetable. Like, you know, everybody grandma, everybody grandma that had a garden grew peppers in there. So I need to grow me some peppers. So yeah, join me on that journey to being a gardener, I guess you can say. And I'm getting back to my working out. I slept out so bad. Al and I had a real heart to heart about me slacking off with my working out yesterday, and he told me what he thought about it. He's really passionate about me sticking to like my goals or whatever, and he told me that he knows I could have been where I want to be, if I just kind of stuck to it. And he was being honest, and I know I could have been like exactly where I want to be if I was as committed and determined as I was in the beginning. So I'm definitely about to get back on track with that. And right now he's on this little plan. He is trying to gain like 15 pounds and build up his muscle and whatnot. So that's his plan. He plans on being where he wants to be in 2 months. So maybe I can get on board and like unofficially get on board, because if I tell him that I'm on board, he's just gonna be like right here, like, what are you doing? What are you eating? What are you doing? Have you worked out today? And maybe I need that. Maybe I need to tell him, but right now I'm thinking like I'm just gonna go and do the stuff I need to do and get back on track. Oh, he bought some of those shoes. I cannot think of what's the name of them. The like shoes that you work out in, that they're like toe. I call them toe shoes, but I don't know. Um, I know if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I probably sound crazy, but they're. I'll put the name of them somewhere if I remember to. He bought some yesterday, and I've been really wanting some because when I work out, I like to work out barefoot anyway. And I heard that they're kind of like designed to make you feel like you're working out without any shoes, because that's allegedly the best way to work out. So he bought some yesterday, and he was going to get me some, but the store we were at, they were all out of women shoes like that. So, I just have to look around to get me some or order them online. But, yeah, that's what's going on there. And since I'm in here, I will show you guys my kitchen, because this is where I'm going to be doing a lot of healthy cooking. We have basically eliminated pork for the most part. We've eliminated out of our diet. We do still eat bacon. I get the center cut bacon because it's real meaty. But as far as pork chops and all that stuff, we don't buy that anymore. And one day I guess we'll get rid of bacon too. But he was saying that we really need to eliminate red meat also. So yeah, I guess we're about to turn the cooking around too, along with the working out, get that back on track and eliminate a lot of different stuff that I hadn't. But here's my kitchen. Here's the part where we sit at. It's behind me. You see our table. Oh, there you go. I know you know this table and those little candles from the apartment. Yeah, they made it over here. Had to keep some of the stuff. Well, we had to keep all of the stuff. We didn't really get rid of anything. And here's my counter. Candles and all that good stuff. Let me stop right here and show you guys this. This is the first warming pot I ever bought. I got it from Walmart. And, these things have been around so long. But I got these little cube things. Oh, my goodness. They light up the house. I mean, they smell so good. And, yeah, I'm just walking you guys around, but I'm still going to be talking. And it's like the one that you plug in, it really burns better throughout the house, and it'll save the actual candle part, the wax part, so you can recycle it and pour it back in the container. But it's using energy. This freezer is open. It's using energy because you plug it in. It runs off of a light bulb. Whereas I bought another one that was like $2, and it runs off of a candle. Now, I prefer to use the one that runs off the candle, of course, because we need to save all the energy we can in this house. But The one that runs off the candle will burn the wax in the top part, so you can't recycle it, and it doesn't really send it throughout the house like this other one does. So, you know, that's just something you can kind of weigh your options if you decide to go out and try it, or if you are using one, maybe you might be using the one that runs off the candle, and you think that the one that you plug in might sound better for you to really scent your whole house, or maybe use the one that you plug in and you rather just use several other ones that run off the candle to scent your house. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out which one I would like to keep. I'll probably keep the one that you plug in though, just because you can smell it better, and you could just use those things longer. Like if I use the other one, I'll be buying those little scent packs once a week, whereas I'll probably have that for at least a month. But yeah, that's my kitchen. I didn't really introduce you to all the appliances, but you saw what you saw. That's my kitchen, and I love to cook, so I love having this big kitchen and all that good stuff. And look, I was really happy to get this because I've always wanted a sink like this, the one that you pull out. I love that. And like this has no kind of effect on the cooking or none of that stuff. Like, so it's not even something that I should really be excited to have, but I just love little gadgets. Okay. I've rambled. I've showed you guys the kitchen, and just I've said all that good stuff and all this good stuff a lot. So I think that's about it. And yeah. See you guys later.